Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, doing your full moon in Gemini reading. The full moon in Gemini is actually tomorrow, really early in the morning on the west coast of the U.S., so effectively most of the world is experiencing it today, Sunday. I've laid out the axis of the horoscope wheel. I'll clarify with the Crow Tarot, and I will finish up with a couple of oracle cards. I will be creating an extended from this reading, and I will link the link in the description box below. I finally will be asking for you to like, share, comment, and subscribe at the end of this video, as I almost always do, but I'm aware some of you won't make it that far. At any point during this video, during this reading, which I find very difficult to interrupt, to disrupt with an ask, please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing as this reading begins to resonate for you, and you are in a better position to do any or all of those things. So most importantly is I value the time that you're spending with me. I appreciate it, and all the support that I receive from those of you that see me regularly. So thank you for that. Your overall energy, Pisces, for the full moon is the Justice card. This is all about balancing your experience with the world and how it resonates with your sense of deservedness and worthiness inside. You may have experienced some form of injustice, unfair treatment, or being ignored or avoided in some way that denied you the rewards or the recognition for an effort that you made. You may have been denied a promotion, been denied a partnership, been denied inclusion in some way that was critical to your recognition in your community, to your position in the world. You may be aspiring to a particular professional path in which until recently you have felt that it has been a continual and thankless climb. But you are now in a place of understanding that you are deserving of the recognition for the efforts you've already expended. So this is about a balancing out of something that you are owed. If this is referring to an instance or experience of exploitation, abuse, unjust violence in any way, this is your empowerment from a place of feeling that you were powerless, that you had to be a victim, that you had no choice but to accept some unfair or unequal treatment. And many of us can relate to this in some aspect of our lives, to a place now where you're recognizing that you're not powerless, you're aware, and you're deserving of whatever compensation or redress that accompanies that. If that is in as much as an acknowledgement of what you are deserving of or owed, and your power in concert with others to demand that redress, that compensation, that acknowledgement of what is owed to you. This is receiving what you're owed because you now understand that you're deserving of it. In the 10th house, your social identity, the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is about the flow of abundance and resources. And this is why it's often associated with inheritances or cultural heritage, the benefit of that. This also can picture the benefactors of a particular largesse or financial settlement or inheritance. Moreover, for those of us that are not receiving an inheritance, we are almost all in receipt of the benefits of efforts that our ancestors, our relatives, those that came before us, in creating opportunities where none may have existed for them, making sure that we had greater access to education, training, some form of abundance in a way that may have been historically denied. That is one very concrete form of benefit from a cultural or ancestral heritage that can include a financial inheritance. Moreover, your recognition that you are a benefactor of whatever kind of heritage you are experiencing, that you inhabit, you are in a position now to give back in recognition of this advantage that you've received in some ways, so that you are participating in generating greater abundance and showing others how they too can generate this greater abundance for those that come after you. So this is about creating a better world for successive generations, and this can be everything from the environment to a college fund. Whatever it is or has meaning for you is a way in which you are giving back, and a way in which you are recognized for giving back to the community in a way that is meant to be transitional. Tens are changes. So this is you leveling up in some way by seeing yourself as a recipient of an inheritance. You are now in a position of generating that inheritance for others. In the first house, the moon card. The moon card is absolutely an influence that vibes beautifully with the water energy of Pisces. You are hyper aware of your connectedness to everything and everyone. This is about your heightened intuition being utilized in order to find the support and assistance that you need at this time, to accept the celebration and the successes that you've made. This is always, at least for me, an opportunity to delve deep into the experiences and the locations that the dream world allows, so that dreams become not only a way to communicate with ancestors, but it becomes a way to tap in to the overall spiritual guidance that you have available at any moment, and to actually ask pointed questions for specific information, to be shown information, to be shown experiences that you may have access to in other realms, in other timelines. This is a really particularly powerful time for this experience. I'm sorry, I'm getting confirmation by my difficulty in speaking clearly that you are heavily influenced and have immense power in accessing the experiences of your ancestral past, as well as your spiritual guidance. So meditation, journaling, prayers, anything that allows you to explore and discover yourself through your meditation is of tremendous power and healing for you right now. In the fourth house, we have the Eight of Wands. This is the house of your history, your home, your foundation. I really see you being guided towards a way in which you are organizing, participating in, or engaging some kind of philanthropy, charity, or donation. You are working with others, you're finding out information, you're researching, you're organizing action towards a redistribution of resources based on your spiritual guidance that is pointing you in the direction of your ancestors, and in the direction of greater balance and equity in the world of experience, so that resources, information, and knowledge is shared more equitably and is more empowering to more people. In the 7th house, the house of your significant relationships, we have the Tower. And I'm sensing that there is some disruption in your significant relationships. There's some erosion of a structure that was that held your relationships intact, that perhaps limited your experience of balance in relationships or benefit from relationship. And as a result of that shift, and a very concrete, mundane way, this can be a divorce. It can also be a marriage, something sudden or unexpected that becomes a blessing in disguise. This is something that you didn't consciously anticipate, but that unconsciously or superconsciously, intuitively, you recognize as a course correction, as taking you closer to accessing the materials, making the connections, collaborating in a way that creates greater abundance for more people. I'm going to clarify the 10 of Pentacles in the 10th house with the Fool card in the 9th house and the 9 of Pentacles in the 11th house. I love this. This is about your economic independence and your willingness to strike out on a risky and adventurous path, probably involving travel, possibly higher education, certainly a greater inclusion of the diversity of the world, but you are releasing a lot of your old story, your old experience in setting out on a path that is reinforcing the faith that you've gained in yourself. Part of that faith that now infuses your trust in the universe is this goal of financial independence that you are actualizing in your life. And this is over and against this sense of uber inclusion that is your consciousness, that makes you aware of your connection to all things and people. You're also aware that your independence, particularly your material independence, the way that you are able to individually cultivate your talents and strengths, your gifts in the world to create stability and security for yourself, protection and safety for yourself, is part of what provides you with this significant relationship experience that becomes a blessing for you, a course correction. Let's see if we can find out more about that in the extended. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card for you and ask you now to like this video if you found it resonant, to share this with someone who may enjoy it, to comment below if you're enjoying it or I enjoy reading your thoughts, and to subscribe to my channel. And I pulled the Soul's Journey card, Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And that's interesting with the Fool card, where I feel you are ultimately taking a big risk. You are setting out on a journey. You're working with others to set something in motion, perhaps at a distance. Perhaps that's part of the regret that you have, or it's part of releasing the past in your experience, releasing the sense of exploitation, being used or being victimized in some way that you now can acknowledge and understand your deservedness, but you also have emotional feelings of remorse, of sadness around the release of a situation that actually harmed or sought to diminish you in some way. And I'm also going to pull a Language of the Flowers card. And what slides out is the tiger lily, and the key word is security. Choose the safe harbor for now. Interesting. This is a bit of a riddle, a conundrum for you. I'm going to continue this reading in the link in the description box below. It is a free extension, so if you feel inclined, please join me. If this is where we part, until next time, Pisces, namaste.